Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Amy Williams and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you are crafting with Amy, and thank you so much for watching today. So I'm really excited. It's been forever since I've done a video. Last week was Easter, so I didn't get to do it, and it feels just like months. So I'm really excited to be back with you today, and I really appreciate you watching. So in those 2 weeks, I got my new annual catalog, and I'm so excited about that. So this is our new annual catalog. Can't show you anything that's in the inside, but if you would like a catalog, please shoot me a message. You can do it in the comments. You can do it from my website, however you want to do it, and let me know, and I'm happy to send you a new one. There's some really great things in there. So everything I'm using today is not retiring. I wanted to use things that would continue on, and I'm using one new product. But I wanted to let you know that if there's anything in that last chance, there are some things that are on sale. I would highly suggest that you go ahead and get them now. They are while supplies last, and there are things that are running out. So go ahead and check that out. See what we've got. There's a ton. And as I say, many of the stamp sets and stuff are on sale, so that would be great. And if you need any help navigating that, again, contact me. I'm happy to help you in any way I can. If you have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you're certainly welcome to ask her, but if you don't, I would be honored to be your demonstrator. All right, so I think that's it. Let me go ahead and flip the camera and show it to you what we're gonna do today. I am so excited. All right, here we go. Okay, so here's my stuff. So here is the card we're doing today. We're using the Painted Posey embossing folder and this part of the basic borders. Now, I do believe right now that basic borders is I do believe it is on back order right now, okay? But it will come. And then we're using the sending dies, which I absolutely love. All right, let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do all of our die cutting first, okay? We need to die cut the sending, and we need to emboss this, and we need to emboss that. So we're going to go ahead and get the embossing folder out. I'm sorry, the cut and emboss out. Whoa, my brain doesn't always work like it should. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I started doing this today, and I die cut the sending, okay? And I did that, and I was like, oh, great, I love it. And I had already had some white strips of this already cut out, so I got one of those, and I was like, no, I need purple. Y'all, I probably spent 10 minutes looking for this set again in my set of dies, instead of realizing, duh, Amy, you already got that out. So don't be like Amy. And I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about how do you organize your dies, which I would like to know because I don't feel like I have mine very well organized. All right, we're going to start with doing the embossing. Now, we're going to do, I've got this Painted Posies die. I don't know if you can see that. I love this die. So we're going to do it, and I have this sheet of paper at 5 1/4 by 4, I believe. It really actually doesn't matter because you aren't using the whole thing anyway, but you do want to make sure that you have got this part there, because only this circle is going to show, but make sure you've got it kind of where you want that this is all in there. All right, so here we go. All right, so I've got plate 1. I don't need plate 2, and I need plate 4. So I'm going to run that through just like this. Okay, so I've got that done. And you can see this is a 3D embossing, so I absolutely love it. Let's see if we can get the camera on that, or the light on that. All right, so there is that. And then I'm also going to, the basic border set, embossing folder set has 3. It has this one that's crosshatch. It has this one with the little dots. And then it has this one with kind of a star flower motif, which I really do like. but I feel like my favorite, my go-to for this whole set is going to be this crosshatch. So I'm going to use that again. I used it last time, I believe. And the same thing, I have this one at 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to put this into the embossing folder, just like that. Add my 4 and go ahead and do that. Ta-da! That's done. All right. So one of the sets that is retiring, and I chose not to use it today, is the layering circles dies. And if you, I'm going to show you that. Hopefully you can, I'm trying to get where you can see it under the camera. No. Does that help? There you go. If you like those layering circles like I do, I would recommend you go ahead and get those. But we're not going to use those today. We're going to use a punch today. So, that is not retiring. All right, now we're going to cut out the sending stuff. All right, so I'm going to use this again. I've got my plate 2 on top because you don't use that. And then I've got one of my my clear plates. Not clear anymore, but that's okay. All right, so I am the kind of person who likes to do kind of everything at once. I want to get it done all at once. And so let's see. I'm gonna cut that real quick. Let's see. All right. So we've got this one that I'm going to use this smaller piece on. Now I'm going to also do a larger one just in case I change my mind and decide to do a larger sentiment. The next one I'm going to use, I'm going to cut this because now this, in case you're wondering, is one of the brand new colors called Bubblegum Pink, which I'm going to be honest, I was a little worried about this color. I thought it was going to be very purple, but it is not. It is a beautiful, beautiful pink. All right. So I'm also going to use this for the sending. So I'm going to put sending just like this. And so I'm going to do it all at once. I like to get all of my embossing done at the same time so that I can have that. Okay, let's see. That, and then I'm going to run it through. I've got this on a piece of paper and it tends to slide when it's on the paper. So, all right, so there is that. Let me put this away. And I am left with these two. Well, maybe there, yeah, that one. These two. I've got my sending, okay, and I've got my sending on white. And I've shown you this before, but I'm going to show it to you again because I think it bears showing in case maybe you didn't watch that video. So here's what I do on the sending. This little eye gets me every time. So what I'm going to do is before I even take this off or do anything, I'm going to put a dot of glue where that eye will go, and I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to turn this over, okay, and I'm going to gently take it up, but usually when I take it up, I can keep that eye right there. So I'm going to set my sending die with that circle onto the pink and pull it up so that that goes right there. I hope you saw that. All right, then I'm going to take the rest of my sending die and I'm going to poke those pieces out because, of course, I don't need those anymore. All right. Oh, my stomach's growling. All right. Let's see. I'm just going to poke those out. All right. And then it's time to put it on here. And here's how I do this. You can use a scrap paper or you can also use a your mat, your silicone mat, but I'm pretty sure my silicone mat has embossing paste on it right now. So there we go. So I'm just going to make a little pile of glue right on this scrap piece of paper. And then I'm going to take a sponge, okay, I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to actually do it right over here. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to get a little bit of glue on here, and I'm going to tap it on this sending so that I've got little bits of glue all the way over it. Okay, so then I'm going to turn it back over, and I'm going to very gently put it on to the pink. And you're going to, oh, it's wanting to be fiddly today. Probably because I'm on camera. Okay, so you can see I'm just going to put this on very gently. And it is sticking to my fingers a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to get it on there. It's going to work. And there we go. So there is sending on there. Okay, I'm going to set that off to the side and let it dry while we make our beautiful background. So here is, I'm going to move this off to the side, get all my stuff together. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. Now for this. Now, when I originally decided to do this, I was using the blends. I got all the blend. I have the blends. I love them. I did it and I hated it. This is what it looked like, and I didn't like it. I was like, nope, that's not going to work. So that didn't work for me. So I decided to use my sponges. Okay, so I've got, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight today. Okay, So Saffron is retiring. If you like that color, get it yesterday. Bubblegum Pink, or Bubble Bath, sorry, which is a beautiful pink that I thought was going to be purple. I think I said that, but it's not. It's a gorgeous pink. And then Highland Heather. All right, I'm going to start with Highland Heather. And I'm going to use my blending brushes. Now, if you don't have blending brushes and you have these little sponges, because I'm going to use a little bit of seafoam, I think. So I've got some soft seafoam. If you have these little sponge daubers, these will work great because they're a little bit smaller even. Or if you have these smaller blending brushes, that probably will work better. But you know what? I have the larger ones, so we're going to go with what we have, right? Now, you don't want this too dark, so I'm going to tap this off over here before I very gently brush this on here, okay? I just want it here. I'm going to try not to get it on other places, but I know me well enough to know I probably will, and that's going to be okay. All right, so I've got that pretty well done. Again, I'm going to use that. And when you do it, the more you kind of do it, you get a little more dimension in there, which I think is really pretty. Hopefully you can see that little bit of dimension. All right, the next one I'm going to do is Daffodil Delight. I don't know why, but I have to do that one next. And that one I'm going to do on this flower here. Okay. And then I'm going to do it on this flower here. And you can see I'm a little off the lines. I'm going to live, and that's all I'm going to do with that. It's easy. Now for bubble bath. I don't know why I want to call it bubble gum, but it's bubble bath. Again, tap, 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 tap off. I'm going to get this little guy. I'm going to get this guy, and I'm going to get this little guy right here. Okay. So there you go. See that beautiful pink? Isn't that nice? All right, and then I'm going to go with this. I'm going to get this guy down here just in case he shows a little bit. All right, just in case. Okay, now I'm going to take my little sponge dauber for this to kind of show you. I kind of want to get a little green here on these, a little bit of a stem. So I'm going to kind of do that just to get a little green in there, just because I think it needs just a little bit. Maybe even get that. Most of that's not going to show, but you never know. All right, so let me go ahead and close these up. All right, because again, I know me well enough. I'm going to stick my finger in there and be really upset with myself. So there we go. Okay, so there is this. Now, I'm going to get my crosshatch. Okay, this is my plate thing that and I'm going to punch it. And I'm going to use this wavy circle punch. No, that's not it. I'm I'm going to use this wavy circle punch. Now, this 2-inch circle punch that is right here, this is an online exclusive, and there's a 2-inch and there's a 3/4 inch. There's also a 2 3/8 inch circle that's going to be in the new catalog. Honestly thought I had ordered it, but I had not, but I decided to go with wavy anyway. But I wanted you to know that if you have this and you wanted that, then, and I wanted to show you something cool, but it looks like I lost it. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of white and punch it real quick. Oh, that's the card base. So let me just punch this for you very quickly. Okay, and look at that. That's a beautiful little mat that you can use, and I wanted to show that to you with those two punches together. Okay, so but for my purposes, I'm going to punch this here, and I'm pushing this back as far as it can go, so I know it's going to be straight. I'm just trying to get it in the middle, and I'm going to punch it like that. Now, don't get rid of this, because you know you're going to use that another time. Punch this circle in purple, and then boom, you've got that with the little cross hatches. How cute is that? All right, so here's my back, and I just want to kind of show you how that's going to look. Okay, so this I'm going to have to cut down, and I always do things bigger, and then because you can't make things bigger, but you can always make them smaller. Oh, there's my original circle. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to get my cutter out again. And I'm just going to cut it down a bit because you don't really need it. All right. Okay. Cut this down a bit. And I'm going to cut this down a bit just because I don't need all that. All right. So let me get my card base out. Here's my card base. And I'm going to put this here. Okay, and then I'm going to set this on top of it just to kind of see where it gets it and to see if I like that. If I didn't like that, well, then I could move this down if I wanted more of that, you know, but I kind of like it where it was. So I'm going to do that again, kind of make sure, do another little test. Okay, yeah, I like that. I think it looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm just going to, this is my Never Ending pencil, and I love it because you don't have to sharpen it. I'm just going to do that so I see where to put that. All right. I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal and attach that. I do a little bit extra here because of all the embossing to make sure it stays. So then I know exactly where I'm going to put it right back. It's going to go like that. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my crosshatch, and on my other card, I'll be honest, I put the dimensions on the wrong side, so it didn't do that, but that's okay. Now I'm going to put them around, and I'm going to be honest, I really want to make sure that this is lifted away from the circle, okay? So I am going to add more dimensionals than I probably normally would, just because I want this to pop around it, okay? And then I'm going to do one more right there. Okay, so that's the only reason I'm doing that. I just want to make sure I show that bit of the, I'm going to add a little purple right there. Okay, all right, so then I'm going to put this back here, add my dimensionals, get all these backs back. So I don't know if some of you know that I am a librarian by day, and we had a STEM week this week. And several months ago, I did a card, a Lighting the Way card that lit up. All right, so I'm gonna put this on here. All right, and so then you can kind of see how that pops up a little bit, and that looks in the background. So anyway, I did a Lighting the Way card, which I did the lightning bug. And I really wanted to do it with my, I wanted to do it because it's a circuit, and they learn circuits in elementary school. So I really wanted to use that. So I made a birthday card and had the kids do birthday cards. And so I didn't use stamps because I didn't trust them with my stamps. But I made a birthday cake with one candle, and then I wrote happy birthday here, and they had the candle that lit up, and they had so much fun. They just thought it was the coolest thing. But it was funny because on the dimensionals, I used dimensionals on it, and I forgot to tell them that you had to take off, this piece on there. And so it was like, oh, I forgot. You probably should have done that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get the sending set out. This is Sending Smiles. This is the set. I really like this set. And I'll be honest, it took me a little bit of time to love it. But honestly, it says everything. It's got flowers. It's kind of like a all-in-one stamp set, which I really like. So the one on my example, I did Comfort and Strength, mainly because unfortunately we have had a lot of people who needed that lately at my school. So I thought I'd have one more. But I think this time I'm going to do Birthday Wishes. So when I take one off, all right, so here's Birthday Wishes. You can tell that's the one I use the most. That Note of Thanks. So I'm going to put it on the... get out of the way. I'm going to put it on here first before I put my stamp on it, because if you try to maneuver it, then sometimes you curl it or move it. Well, you might not. I do. So I'm going to put it like that and then just kind of go like that. All right. So I'm going to get my Versamark out and I'm going to do it on this purple. And I love these photopolymers because you can see. All right. So there you go. And I'm going to be honest, I think that's a little crooked. Darn it. All right, well, you know what? It's going to be a little crooked because I don't have another one. Oh, well. Then I'm going to get my white embossing powder. And I am going to use this to hold it with because I tend to do weird things. Okay, so I've got my embossing powder. I'm just going to add it to that. Okay. And then I've got that. I didn't use my embossing buddy, which I should have. Now I'm going to take that off and you can see kind of where that touched. So I don't want that stuff on there. I'm going to pull that off. Okay. And then I'm going to rehold it. Okay. I think this needs a little bit more paper or a little more stuff. I might need a new Versamark. That might be another gift to myself. Okay. So there we go. Yeah, I think I need a new Versamark. I don't think mine is as juicy. And I gave away my refill. So I'll get another one. Okay, so let me use my embossing tool right here. And we're just going to do it. And hopefully you can see when it starts to change and become a bright white. There it is. Do you see it? I love embossing. If you don't have the white embossing powder and you have a white stamp set, just use, or a white stamp pad, just use that. All right, so we've got Birthday Wishes, and so we're going to put Sending on. I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to use Dimensionals. More Dimensionals. I think I just bought like 6 things. I will say that many things in the catalog are going up in price. So if there's things you want, get them now. All right. So we have mini dimensionals. And if you have mini dimensionals and want to find them, then you should do that. But if you're me and you're lazy, you don't. So I'm just going to cut this into pieces. Okay. And then that. Okay. So I'm going to take this one that's a little bigger. I'm going to put it here. Okay. And then these little guys, they're going to go across here. 1, 2. Oh, no, I have an extra one. So let's do that right there. Okay. All right. So let's pull that off. That might show a bit. No, that's okay. That's going to be fine. Yeah, you can't see it. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to nip it off right there. I think I watch too much British TV. I'm starting to say things that the Brits do, maybe. I'd love to be British. All right. So I'm going to put Sending right here. And I'm going to put birthday wishes right here. And I'm going to be honest, I love this, but I just thought of something. Hold tight. This needs these. Oh, this is going to be cute. Okay. It needs some butterflies. Look. If we add those little butterflies there. Holy cow, those are so cute. There, there. And let's do another one right there. Oh, that makes the card. I am so glad I thought about that at the 11th hour. All right, so here is my sending card, my card. I hope you like it. I had so much fun making it. It's a simple card, but I think it really, I think it's just lovely. I hope you have a fantastic week this week. Make it a good week. Do something creative. Do something you love. And oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you. I had some extra things, okay? I had an extra sending that I made completely. I wasn't sure if I was going to use these, and I wasn't sure if maybe I wanted to use purple. So these are all extras. Well, I always have extras, but I also always have an extras bag. So these are all things that I've done in the past. You can see these that I've done on other videos, things that I've just had extra. I put this stuff in here because the other day I needed two more cards, and I used my extras of these and made an extra card. So just don't do that. Don't forget to keep that stuff. All right, now I'm really leaving. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous week. Take care of yourself. Do something creative. And again, if you need anything, please put it in the comments. I always read those and I respond. And I hope you have a fabulous week. Oh, I think I've said that many times. That's all I got. Guys, see you next week. Bye.